What up, y'all? It's your boy Millie on there. We back with another reaction. Now, first things first, I gotta vent to y'all real quick. I'm sorry I'm putting this all up on y'all. You know, I got too much weight on my shoulders, and I just gotta let it all out. So tell me why yesterday I played some Roblox, right? You know, I'm playing that Squid Games. You know, I see everybody playing. I'm like, man, you know what? I want to play. So I recorded. You know, I'm recording, playing the game. It's like, all right, cool. So I was trying to edit today. You know, edit the video so I can, you know, post it, show it to y'all. It was pretty fun. You know, I had fun. But then my mic wasn't connected to my actual mic. It was connected to my headphone. So 40 plus minutes of footage just wasted, bro. It's just wasted now. So, and that video was gonna be uploaded the next few days, so I was really looking forward to it. But hey, I'm gonna have to play another time. I'm sorry, y'all. My dumb ass. I really thought, like, I never changed my settings, and out of nowhere, it just changes to the settings on my headset. I don't know. Basically, the video sounded all wrong. It sounded very muffled. It sounded terrible, to be honest. So, yeah, sorry about that, y'all. I know it's a lot. I understand. But I just had to vent. I'm sorry. It's a lot. I'm sorry. But anyways, today we're going to be doing a reaction. And today we got The Most Unethical Hooper in Basketball by Jimmy High Roller. Now, I have heard of his channel. I have seen one or two of his videos. And I like this kind of like... It to me it seems educational when it comes to basketball. You know, I'm new to, I can still learn a lot about basketball, and Jimmy High Roller, he teaches a lot. So, and based on the thumbnail, it looks like it's about Shea. So we're gonna see what it's all about. Now I'm done with my yap session. All right, so let's not waste more time. Let's get into it. Come on.
The Ethical Hooper, a player who is true to the game, plays basketball the way it was meant to be played. No flopping, no stat padding, just pure hoops. And the opposite of the unethical hooper. The player who relies on foul bait and gimmicks and a barrage of free throws to fill the stat sheet. And right now, there is an unethical hooper.
Oh my God.
Us. Well, at least that's the reputation Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is building at the moment.
Hey, okay, bro. Okay, look. All right, look. I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, man. I love my Mavericks, and my favorite player is Luka Doncic. Obviously. Now, but this ain't about Luka. We're not going to talk about Luka. He should not belong here. But let's be honest, man. It all started with James Harden back in the day. It all started with him. Now, I wasn't watching basketball back then, but I watched some highlights, and I heard people on podcasts saying how the terminology foul merchant started because of James Harden, and he was a foul merchant. Like, for real, he baited any defender in any way to get a foul, you know? And in this era's foul merchant is Shai. I'm sorry, we just gotta say how it is. The foul merchant in this era is Shai. I don't care what nobody says. Bro, for example, last game against the Warriors, you know he shot 20 plus free throws. Bro, what? That is something I've never heard of. Probably James Harden shot the same amount of free throws, but bro, going to the free throw lines 20 plus times is crazy. That's crazy. And damn, it's crazy that label is putting onto him, but that's just kind of what he is, man.
With some fans claiming his historic season has been propped up with foul hunting and an absurd free throw volume manufactured from gimmicks and tricks that are a disservice to the game. But if Shai is a foul grifter, a free throw merchant, then I've got some bad news about some of your all-time favorite players.
Oh. Golly. What did that represent?
Today's video was sponsored by DraftKings, the NFL conference champion. Partners, new cut on DraftKings on your stash prize. Bet gently. As the 2025 NBA MVP race continues to grow closer and closer, fans across the league are finding any and every hair to split to pick a side between two players having historically great seasons. The impossibly good Serbian gunning for his 4th MVP, or the superstar guard looking to break a 6-year chokehold big men have had on the award. And with a race this tight, deciding the most valuable player in the league may just boil down to the smallest, seemingly insignificant things, like free throws.
Facts.
Now, basketball isn't much of a thinking man's sport, but leave it up to us to create a philosophical divide amongst the type of players we like and don't like. On one side, you have the locally sourced, all-natural, ethical hoopers.
Hey, where's Luca on here? Hey, Luca needs to be here too, bro. What's considered ethical hooper? No stat padding, non-GMO, I don't know what that means. Farm raised. Really? Good clean buckets. That sounds like Luca to me. Besides the farm raised and the non-GMO, that sounds like Luca to me. I'm happy to see my boy Kai on here though.
The other, you have players who essentially.
Bro, why do I see Luca there, bro? No, we're not doing this, bro. We are not doing this. Why is Luca on here, bro?
We rely on a bag of tricks and gimmicks to navigate.
Jalen Brunson considered a foul merchant? I did not know that. Jimmy Butler? Yo! Now I know about Trae Young, James Harden, Joel Embiid, Chris Paul. I know about Chris Paul. But these I'm really surprised, especially Jimmy Butler. I'm not gonna lie. Like, to me, he got that dog. He got that dog in him, bro. Hey, he's showing it over there in Miami, bro. That dude got that dog in him. But damn, I'm surprised. Now this right here, come on, stop it. He's an ethical hooper.
8 games and get free buckets from the line. Do I believe basketball actually has any sort of moral code? No. In fact, the idea of a morally superior basketball player seemed like a joke until it entered the vocabulary of head coaches around the league, making it about as real as anything else. But there is something distinctly different about these two styles of play, both aesthetically and productively. The real question is how reliant on free throws these alleged unethical hoopers are, and are they truly earning their trips to the free throw line, or are they tampering the game with their bag of tricks? And a question we all need to consider, does Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and his game even warrant the label of unethical? Now, one way to approach this question is simply by looking at the rate at which players are attempting free throws. When looking at a metric like free throw attempts per field goal attempt, SGA ranks...
Whoa. I just saw something that flabbergasted me. Hold on. What was this? NBA basketball player says free throw attempts / field goal attempts. Dwight Powell is number 1. This is the first time I've ever seen a list where Dwight Powell is the number 1 in anything. Yo! What's this even mean though? But bro, I was just flabbergasted because us Dallas Mavericks fans, we know how much we love Dwight Powell, don't we, right? And the fact that he's number 1, bro, that's surprising to me.
Like free throw attempts per field goal attempt, SGA
that's so random.
Ranks 24th among all players this season, behind players like Trae Young, Damian Lillard, Anthony Davis, Giannis, and even an aging James Harden, who was able to escape the claims of foul baiting and stat padding years ago. So just purely looking at the rate at which players are drawing fouls, SGA isn't doing anything out of the ordinary. But to better understand Shai's scoring profile, we need to look at the kinds of fouls Shai...
I ain't see Luca on that list. Where am I tripping? Hold on. My bad, y'all. Where's Luca? Okay, we got Omax. We got Daniel Gafford. They're pure bucket getters. That means Dwight Powell is a pure bucket getter. Can't believe I'm having that conversation in the Big 25, bruh.
But to better understand Shai's scoring profile, we need to look at the kinds of fouls Shai draws and where they're coming from. Most shooting fouls don't happen out here, they happen in here. Players that stay aggressive and drive the ball more tend to put more pressure on the defense and draw more fouls. This is why a player like Dwayne Wade, for example, who spent his prime years attempting 10 free throws a game, was never associated with any foul hunting. He earned his free throws. This season, the player who drives to the basket far more than anyone else in the entire league is Shai. In fact, nearly half of all of his free throw attempts are generated through his drives to the basket. And again, if we look at the rate these drive leaders are drawing fouls on their drives, Shai is getting calls at an
Yeah, I'm not surprised seeing Zion over here, bro. Yesterday we played the New Orleans Pelicans, bro, and bro, that dude, bro, nobody from the Mavericks could have stopped him going to the hole, bro. That dude's so forced, bro. So, bro, he's buff as shit, bro. And it's like he can get to the hole with like will, bro. Nobody could stop the guy. So the only way you stop him is by fouling him.
Average rate, far from what you might see from other superstars both past and present. Which brings us to a real point of contention when it comes to SGA and his historic season. One of the odd and universally accepted aspects of NBA basketball is that superstars get calls. This has been a thing since the inception of the league. Once you transcend that highest tier of player, you essentially get the benefit of the doubt, even at times when you shouldn't.
He never controlled it, Michael. He didn't touch it with both hands.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
I've seen this clip.
55 hits, 2 to come.
This is funny to me.
Michael. But I believe you. But I believe you.
We know this, and we accept it. And Shai is a superstar, except he hasn't consistently gotten these phantom superstar calls this season. Since the introduction of tracking data back in 1996, there have been 36 instances of a player averaging at least 30 points per game for a season. And when ranking these 36 individual seasons according to free throw rate,
Let me show you how to block this ad. First, you're gonna click on this video, then you're gonna download Pi. It's an ad blocker that's
Get your ass
this
on!
season ranks 26th, behind guards like Harden, Wade, Iverson, and Luka. But again, most shooting fouls should come from shots taken in the paint or around the rim. Of course, players do get clipped on threes and long jumpers and draw fouls by other means, but really it's getting downhill that tends to generate trips to the line. And specifically among guards, Shai gets into the paint and attempts more shots from inside than any other prolific scorer since the introduction of tracking data. This season, Shai is attempting nearly 54% of all of his shots from within 10 feet of the basket. Meanwhile, players like Kobe, Iverson, Luka, Harden, and Dame all have multiple seasons where they weren't getting into the paint nearly as much and still yielded far more trips to the free throw line. Shai is statistically the most aggressive volume scoring guard in recent NBA history. He takes the most shots that historically should earn trips to the free throw line, and there isn't a single metric that suggests his free throws are inflated or unwarranted. Of the previously mentioned 36 seasons of 30 points or more a game, the average number of free throws taken per game across the board is 10. This season, Shai is averaging just 8.3.
Hey, bro. I see my boy Luka here, bro. We're barely halfway through the season, bro. The season ain't over, bro. I feel like at the end of the season, Shai is gonna be here. He's gonna be averaging 10 free throws a season now. Yes, I see where Jimmy High Roller is coming from here, but bro, you see that most of his game is in the mid range. We just seen that he shoots over 50% within 10 feet of the rim, bro. That's just in this era of basketball, it's just screaming for fouls to be given to him. Now I'm not saying that they're not deserved. Most of them are deserved. Like, bro, I've seen it. I've seen it when we played him. How many times he got hit in the wrist and hit in the elbow while shooting. So I just feel like at the end of the season, he might end up here, averaging 10 plus free throws.
If anything, considering his usage and his play style, Shai is actually not getting enough calls. If we've learned anything from witnessing the last decade of scoring maestros, it's that this is just the nature of great scorers. They're hard to stop. They force the defense to get physical. They get you in positions you don't want to be in. Overreacting, reaching, even taking gambles hoping it yields you a stop or a turnover, when more often than not, it's just going to end up in another trip to the free throw line. And on an abstract scale of basketball morality, I don't think SGA plays an unethical style of hoops. I think he's a better and more prolific scorer than some fans are willing to give him credit for. He's not relying on free throws to get his numbers. When compromised, the defense is relying on fouling him just to slow him down. Most of Shea's drawn shooting fouls look something like this, where he drives into the lane and inexplicably rips through the defender's arms to put up a shot. It is damn near impossible to predict, and it works almost every time a defender cuts him off or puts a body on him. And we've seen this before with James Harden, a free trip to the line disguised as a shot attempt. In fact, this is like the 2.0 version of Harden's rip-through, because it does a much better job of masking itself as an actual shot rather than an attempt to just draw a foul. And I think that's where most fans get frustrated with this kind of basketball. It's not necessarily the outcome of the move, but rather the intent. Because we know he's not actually...
Hold on. I gotta see that move again. Did he jump
outcome
here?
of the move, but rather the intent.
No, he had a foot down. That's
because
crazy.
We know he's not actually trying to score the ball here. He is purely looking for a foul, and he knows he can get these calls. And you could call this unethical hoops, or you could call it smart basketball. Kobe Bryant was notorious for making opposing players pay for bad defense, drawing fouls for the sake of drawing fouls. And when he did it, it wasn't viewed as his fault for taking advantage of the rules. It was the defender's fault for falling for the move in the first place. If you don't want to get baited, don't fall for the bait. You reach, I teach, as some half-decent basketball player once said. Take this play here, where he gets the defense on his hip, out of position, and reaching in to disrupt the shot. Now, Shea is baiting the foul here, and he's going to get it every time, because he already beat the defense 3 steps ago. Or this play here, where Shea has a 7-footer in a mismatch, feeds him the bait, and Markkanen falls for it, leading to the shooting foul. Some fans may say this is an act of basketball sin, intentionally jumping into the defender instead of just pulling up off the step back. But I don't see it that way. You've got a 7-footer on an island with no help guarding the league's leading scorer, and you leave your feet on a pump fake. Shea isn't playing unethical hoops, he's taking advantage of bad defense. All the great scorers knew this, and they all took advantage of it. As much as we resented the tricks James Harden would deploy throughout his prime scoring years, it's worth asking the question, was it the foul baiting and free throws that allowed him to be the scorer he was? Or was he such a great scorer that he could bend the defense to his will whenever he wanted to? Same thing goes for a player like Joel Embiid. If the gimmicks added an extra 10% to his production, would we concede that he was in fact a historic scorer even if he had 90% of the production, but he did it ethically? Among high-volume scorers of this century, players who averaged at least 30 points per game since 2000, according to this idea of honest scoring, 2016 Stephen Curry would be the most ethical scorer, averaging 30 points per game with just 5 free throw attempts.
Wow.
And on a scale of free throw reliance, 2025 Shea is far closer to Steph than he is to countless other all-time great scoring seasons. If SGA's game falls into the category of unethical hooper, then so does Kobe's.
Yeah, but look, you see Shea right here. Look where Shea is at now. Percentage of total points off of free throws among 30 plus points per game scoring seasons. Look, yes, he might be on pace, but look, in past seasons it already showed how much free throws were used to get 30 plus. Now, I know I see my boy Luka, but bro, you telling me the only one who's... Hold on. What does this mean? Hold on, now I'm kind of confused. Because I see Shea right here, but then I see Embiid down here. Huh. Less reliant, more reliant. Oh, I see. I think I see why they put him down here, because he didn't have a lot of space to put him up here. Makes sense. So, like I said, bro, only Joel Embiid had more of a percentage than Shea. Like, bro, let's just say how it is, bro. He's a free throw merchant. Whether he is being smart of taking advantage of bad defense or baiting defenders, but it does not matter, bro. Like, it was in 2022, it was the same thing that was spoken about Joel Embiid. So I don't think Shea is being saved from this topic, bro. Yeah, Jamie Harviller, you did great research on this, but at the end of the day, bro, there's just not gonna be a lot of people that agree with you, man. It's just the number speaks for itself. Look, he is second behind Joel Embiid.
And Luka's.
That's crazy.
And Dame's, and Iverson's, and Durant's, and all of our favorite all-time great scorers. It is an unfair label on one of the best individual seasons in recent NBA history, and it is objectively not true. And if none of that changed your mind, then maybe this will. Here is every single season in modern NBA history where a player averaged at least 25 points per game. 354 individual seasons since 1980. And they are graphed in terms of scoring average and free throw attempts per game. The further right a player is, the more free throws they attempted. The further up a player is, the more points they averaged. So way off to the right are the seasons of all-time high free throw attempts, and where you'll find most historic scoring seasons, like some Embiid seasons, some LeBron seasons, Jordan's highest scoring seasons, Luka, Harden, Shaq. Even the pure bucket getters like Durant and McGrady often found themselves at the line during the peak of their powers. So where does Shea's 2025 season land? It's right here. The 18th highest scoring season in modern NBA history, while attempting just the 142nd most free throws per game.
Wow.
And that, my friends, is some honest, homegrown, ethical hoops.
Okay. Wow, I did not know that. But with that being said, bro, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an unethical hooper. If you're gonna have Luka there and Jimmy Butler, that one still surprised me. The fact that Jimmy labeled Jimmy Butler as an unethical hooper, there is no way that Shai is escaping that name. Look at this graph. Like, once again, he was making a point here. Yeah. I was surprised until I saw at the very end over here. 31% percentage of total points off of free throws. This was just 2 seasons ago. Shout out to Jimmy High Roller, bro. Hey, all I'm gonna say this: if you're gonna consider Jimmy Butler, let's just leave it there. Let's not even bring up Luka. If you're gonna consider Jimmy Butler an unethical hooper, there's no way Shai is not an unethical hooper. I'm gonna just leave it like that, right? But that does not discredit that he's nice, bro. He's nice, bro. I'm sorry, bro. That dude's nice. Nobody can really guard him right now, bro. Nobody can guard that guy, bro. He's nice, and I'm a OKC hater because they're rivals and shit, and I gotta give him credit where it's due. The dude is nice, bro, and it seems like he might take the MVP this season. Who knows? I mean, if Luka wasn't injured, he would have been up there also. But hey, I'm just saying. Shout out to Jimmy High Roller. It's a fire video. Go and comment. Let me know what you think of this. What is your opinions on this topic right here? I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. And we're on the road to 60 subscribers, so I would really appreciate y'all if y'all help me get there. Once again, I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'll see you the next time. See ya!